All this shit is connected. All this shit works together. I think that we're not intimately connected to planet Earth and its magnetic field and the electrical circuit of it is absolutely fucking absurd. We come from Earth. We are Earth. We are of Earth. You think we are not intimately connected to all of its systems is fucking absurd. That's part of the programming that you have been taught, is that you are not connected to these things, which is why humanity works so hard to conquer Earth when it's not possible. We can destroy it pretty well. There are consequences. It will retaliate. It is conscious. It's 75% water. You are 90% water and extremely emotional. To think that the Earth does not have emotion and consciousness is absolutely insane. That you are not connected to that is absolutely fucking insane. The program is that you are taught not to think that you are a part of this system when you are a direct part of it. When we go do shit that is out of alignment with natural order, universal law, there's gonna be consequences, which is why there's so much war, suffering, pain, disease, and chaos in the world. The consequences have literally been playing out real time for fucking thousands of years. Nobody's making that connection. Welcome back, guys. Hope you're all doing well. First off, I have a friend that, and you might be watching, a friend that advised I do this indoors with kind of an office setup, kind of an aesthetic, office-y kind of setup like most people do, which kind of goes against literally everything I'm doing here. Now, given the opportunity, I will do that inside. I always, obviously can't come out here all the time, but this is part of it. This is part of the point. We're all so used to watching these videos that are just catered to our senses. They're all flashy, edited beautifully. Everything's aesthetically pleasing. That's not real. This is fucking real. This is natural. This is part of the idea, the concept. Coming back to stillness and peace. These videos are designed with intention. I come out here to portray the thought and idea that humanity as a whole is completely fucking misguided. And how we find ourselves, part of it is through the natural world. So, ironically, I don't have pictures of the mountains behind me. I actually have fucking mountains behind me, but I think you guys get the point. Anyways, I make these videos to provoke thought. You don't have to subscribe to my ideas. You don't have to agree with everything I say. But what I'm trying to do is provoke thought. Because what are we seriously doing in this world? Are we really okay with how things are going? I've said it a million times. This is not sustainable. There needs to be conversations had with all, not just these highly educated individuals. These conversations need to be happening with every single fucking person out there. Now, I know that's not going to happen. I know it. I know it's not going to happen. But I do know, as I've said many times, a lot of people are starting to wake up. But just being able to identify the corruption, the disease, the manipulation, the evil, and all the dirty shit going on in the world doesn't mean you're making better decisions. It just means you're identifying these things now. Are you doing anything different in your life based off of what you now know? That's the point. You could point out all the fucking bullshit out there, but it doesn't matter if you're still distracted, spending most of your day making the same exact decisions, doom scrolling on Instagram, and more or less living your life exactly the fucking same. It does not matter. So that's what I'm here doing. It's like, I'm all alone in this shit. Why is it me trying to say this shit? There's literally nobody in my world around me that is speaking this on the internet, out in the public. And why is that? Well, fear. Everyone's scared to be ridiculed. Everyone's scared what their peers will think, their coworkers will think, their family's gonna think, their friends are gonna think. People are fucking terrified of fear. If you come up here and start speaking truth, well, you're afraid that the identity you hold for yourself and the identity that everyone else holds for you might be altered and changed, and people aren't going to like it, and it's going to feel unfamiliar to you. Let me tell you how unfamiliar it feels. It causes discomfort, it causes suffering, and it causes you to completely look at yourself in an entirely new perspective, which is the point. None of this is meant to be easy. You don't grow and expand through easiness. Growth happens through suffering and challenge and difficulty and faith. Not knowing what the fuck you're doing, yet believing in something that is unseen. You have to believe in something that your senses cannot tell you is existent. You have to believe in something beyond your current circumstances, and that requires a deep level of faith. And that's been lost a lot in humanity. So what these videos are meant to truly be, yeah, of course they're deeply spiritual, emotional, psychological, all that stuff, but like I said, you don't have to subscribe to any of that. What needs to happen in the world is more constructive and critical thinking. What are we doing, really? What kind of a world are we leaving for our children and our grandchildren? On the current trajectory, I do not have to convince you. You know this in your fucking heart, that this is not sustainable. I do not have to convince you of that. I do not need to provide proof. The proof is out there. You can see it. You've lived it. You can go on. I can go on Instagram for 5-10 minutes and see 10 different reels on 10 different subjects of how we're fucking destroying this planet and the ecosystems and the corruption in the government and the big tech oligarchy that's running our country and all this fucking nonsense. The forest fires, the earthquakes, the volcanoes. We have Aurora Borealis coming down here way more often than should be happening. Our magnetic field is weakening. Our pole is shifting. That is another rabbit hole. But these are the things that are connected. I'm trying to tell people all this shit is connected. All this shit works together. And to think that we're not intimately connected to planet Earth and its magnetic field and the electrical circuit of it is absolutely fucking absurd. We come from Earth. We are Earth. We are of Earth. To think we are not intimately connected to all of its systems is fucking absurd. And that's part of the programming that you have been taught is that you are not connected to these things, which is why humanity works so hard to conquer Earth when it's not possible. We can destroy it pretty well, but there are consequences and it will retaliate. It is conscious. It's 75% water. You are 90% water and extremely emotional. To think that the earth does not have emotion and consciousness is absolutely insane. And that you are not connected to that is absolutely fucking insane. The program is that you are taught not to think that you are a part of this system when you are a direct part of it. So when we go do shit that is out of alignment with natural order, universal law, there's going to be consequences, which is why there's so much war, suffering, pain, disease, and chaos in the world. The consequences have literally been playing out real time for fucking thousands of years, and nobody's making that connection. There are people, obviously. This information isn't directly from me, but a lot of it is. A lot of it's what I've felt. I've tried to tell people this, and nobody fucking listens. That's why I'm trying to reach more people through the internet, because hey, maybe people will start fucking listening. Just pay attention to the world that is around you. Start thinking about how our society is built and how it literally goes against everything that is natural. Now, what do we do about that? Hey, you can take that down a million different rabbit holes, and you're not going to have the answer to that overnight. It took us thousands of years to get where we are right now. It's going to take decades to generations to rebuild to a society that is more in alignment with natural order. But you know and I know the current existence within humanity, at least within the first world, but it's pretty much the same. Second world, third world, like all of it doesn't look pretty good. This isn't sustainable. Shit needs to change. And how do we start changing that? I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you, change your fucking self. First step. You want to see change in the world? Make that change in yourself first. Stop pointing out to all the atrocities in the world. Start looking at your own atrocities and fix them. That's a start. Then start conversating with other people. Stop being afraid of what you know to be true. Start speaking the truth. Start telling people your thoughts and ideas. Stop being afraid of such ridicule and worried about your identity. Now, I'm not trying to be on a podium here, but I am doing this work. I can't prove that to you, but you could probably go watch all of my videos and see the evolution within my speech, my articulation, and the way I'm thinking. And you can tell that obviously I'm doing some serious work behind the scenes. Internally, there's way too much ignorance in the fucking world today. People are way too ignorant to everything that's going on, to the natural order of what's happening here in this world and in this universe. And of course, we're not going to ever find all the answers in the time that we're here, but unfortunately, comfort is one of the greatest blockades to us creating a better world for ourselves and our children and our grandchildren and all the generations that come after that. The comfort we have built for ourselves creates complacency, laziness, lack of motivation. It suffocates critical thinking. It suffocates attention and intention. And it keeps most people from doing exactly what I'm talking about. Because what I'm talking about creates significant discomfort. But that's how you grow and become a better version of yourself. I don't know what else to tell you. It sucks and it's hard, but that's the only way it's going to happen. I think if we all endured a little more suffering in the sense of what I'm talking about, not the suffering you already endure, but actually go into yourself and take a look at your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, what's holding you back, your limiting beliefs, your beliefs in general, all the shit that makes you who you are. Look at it, relive it, dissect it, think about it, release it, become a new person. We can all do that. We all have that capability. We can all grow. We can all make this a better place. But in the meantime, getting there is going to be uncomfortable. But you're already uncomfortable. You already see all the bullshit going on in the world. You are already uncomfortable, but it's your familiar comfort that you know of day in, day out. There's nothing happening outside of that is unfamiliar to you. Step out of that comfort bubble and bring on the suffering and discomfort that actually makes you grow, not the mundane daily suffering and discomfort that is built within our comfort bubble. You have to step out of that to understand what kind of life you're living. Now, I'm not trying to insult anybody or say that I'm fucking special or anything, but I'm doing the work and I'm documenting it for you and I'm letting you know how it is. And many, many, many other people have written about this and talked about it before because they went through it themselves. This is why I'm here, because I listened to their stories. And now I'm telling you my story. We all have our own process, of course, but fundamentally, it's just taking a look, a real long, deep, dark look at yourself and allowing yourself to grow into something more than what you perceive yourself to be currently and what you've always perceived yourself to be. So you can be great as you were designed. We were all designed to be great. So that's all I got. But appreciate you guys watching. I'm only going to get louder with this shit because I know what I'm telling is the truth. People don't like it too fucking bad. I know I'm going to have haters out there, which is only going to make me louder. Good luck. Love you guys.